what's up, guys? It's your boy Lock Zero, and I'm here with.
It's your man Rev. How's it going, guys? Hope you're doing fine today and ready for some One Piece action.
Yeah, man.
I know I am.
We've been on a little bit of a hiatus, but we're back now, and we're gonna try to be consistent with uploading our stuff. But before we start, I got some goodies to show. I've been super hyped about this One Piece card game. It finally came out in the US, and I got some pretty big pulls. I've gotten like 3 booster boxes so far, but I got the Yamato, I got the alt art Shanks, not the manga one, because I know that's the hype one, but unfortunately I didn't get that one. I got regular Shanks.
Why are you getting disappointed like that? Still cool to see Shanks in all his forms.
Yeah, I got the alt art leader King, alt art crocodile character, and 2 alt art Kaido character cards, which are pretty dope actually. I think it's probably some of my favorite artwork in the set. But yeah, man, like, I love this game. It's super fun. Everybody at the tournaments have been super friendly. So, you know, I mean, for anybody who's interested, there's 1,000 resources for the One Piece TCG right now. But yeah, man.
Well, there you go. Fans of the card game, get on it soon. You know, jump on it while it's still fresh. Maybe get some tournaments going. I'm very happy about that. I love the card game, universe. I've been a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic, so I definitely will be joining this eventually. I can't see myself staying away from things like that. But yeah, I hope everybody else listens and follows, gives it a little glance. Maybe they get some fun cards and do some videos of their own. Mm-hmm. So I'm hype and I want to spread that around. Yep. But yeah, any other big news since then we want to share?
No, not particularly. I mean, if anything, if you guys are interested in seeing me do booster box openings, or Chris do some, Rev over here do some booster box openings, let us know in the comments. That's something I'd be interested in sharing. I know that's gets a lot of attention, so let us know if you're interested.
Yeah. All right, and with that, I think we can jump into the videos. And as always, right now, this week we have chapter 1068, A Genius's Dream. Mm-hmm. And let's get into it, guys. Let's get to the review. All right, we start off the cover. We have the 4 mad scientists, Caesar and Judge, beating the crap out of each other. I don't know if that's how it really go on. Let's, there's just some playful fighting. Not real rankings, guys. We're not saying Caesar has jumped to Judge level or Judge is down to what. They're just reminiscing. This is how dudes do stuff.
Yeah,
just fight.
Don't go too crazy when with the power scaling with these two. I don't think it means much of anything. Yeah. But yeah, man, we start off the chapter and CP0 is communicating with the Vegapunks and wanting access to the island, and they're surrounded by the mechanical sea beasts and stuff like that, and kind of scoping each other out, seeing who knows what. So that's how the chapter starts off.
And we have the different elements of Vegapunk freaking out, and Rob Lucci quickly realizes something's afoot. Something ain't right here. He already knew something wasn't right going into there, so they have a little plan they're going to enact, and we'll see how long that may take. Maybe it's a couple weeks, maybe it's immediately. Who knows? Pacing's been crazy lately. But we also see back on the Grand Line with the revolutionaries, Kuma's been running away, and no one can stop him from doing anything, and he just poofs and disappears in 2 seconds flat. So all that rescuing they did, for naught. Yeah. Kuma just escapes their island to God knows where, maybe revealing their location. If I'm dragging them, like, great, I run a tight operation here. But anyways, Kuma is gone from the revolutionaries. To where to, we don't know yet. And then we go back to Egghead Island, where we have Luffy and Vegapunk talking with the gang, and you take it from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we cut back to this group of the Straw Hats, and we see what Vegapunk's ambition is, and where he's basically Nikola Tesla and wants to give everybody free energy because he believes that this is the source of dispute in the world. This is where all the problems stem from, is people competing over resources.
Excuse me, I believe Willy Wonka was the one who wanted to give free energy first, so correct yourself, guys. Future Island is Willy Wonka's Wonderland. But anyways, so Luffy doesn't get it, of course, because he doesn't get anything more complicated than a ham sandwich. But You know, they're vibing, Vegapunk's like, whatever. You know, he's still gonna explain it anyways to the more intelligent members of the crew. And we do see that the former Lost Kingdom had access to unlimited energy, and that's why the world government took him out. Is the world government America? What the fuck is going on here? Like, I don't know, but anyways,
I might have to edit that out, but okay.
Yeah, no, I love America, even with all that. Don't get me twisted. Don't get me twisted. But I can take shots. It's funny. It's all in good fun. But we see that Rob Lucci has arrived at the island. They use the Kuma Seraphim to teleport themselves. A quick transmission, and shit's about to go down, guys.
Yeah. So yeah, they're traversing the island. The Vegapunks are speculating. You know, the sea beasts destroyed the ship, but you know they also, I guess, soared out of there super fast and made their way to the island. You know, and the Vegapunk scrambling, sending out units to different areas. He's mobilizing some Seraphim, Snake, Hawk, and Shark. So we're gonna see more of me. We're gonna see more of Mihawk, baby Jinbei, and baby Boa soon. You know, so that's going on,
and now we'll also like get to see where his Sensamaru side is on too, right?
Yeah, that threw me for a loop.
Because why would he, unless he trusts him like over CP0? That's interesting, because I feel like Sensamaru is more on the side of the world government than anything, right? Because his friendship with Kizaru, maybe. So I don't know if this is a good move by Vegapunk, but we'll see where his true loyalties lie, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe Sensamaru is his son or something.
Yeah, maybe. But he says, all right, peacing out, and I'm gonna get my stuff, and he just teleports away. So I don't know if that was a hologram this entire time, or if he's just phasing through space time. We don't know what Vegapunk's spectrum goes through, but
he's like Blackbeard. He has multiple devil fruits, maybe. You know.
Yeah, but CP0's going a little nuts over here with all the various mechanics of Egghead Island, and you know, fighting holograms. Stussy seems to have some experience here. She's familiar with some of the things. You know, she runs a little gag where she tells him about the stuff afterwards. Like, he tries to attack the hologram, that doesn't work. He tries to zoom up to the upper area of Egghead Island, and he gets
blown up.
So yeah, that's going on. And then what do we have going on next?
Oh, and so we have Vegapunk's Atlas charging in immediately after the last Kaku, gag, where he's blown up and he's yelling at Sussy. But she charges in, and Rob Lucci is like, you know what? I'm not trying to play around this time. So he immediately jumps in with his last crushing finisher, which was 6 King Pistol. I was like, Jesus, he murders the crap out of the Atlas, punches her directly in the face, breaks the crap out of her face. Rob Lucci ain't playing around, and very terrifying. We now remember how crazy cool Rob Lucci was when he first jumped on the scene. Mm-hmm. But immediately after that, we also see Luffy arrive to the scene, and this, I think, is going to show, how the fight's going to go, because he doesn't call him Lucci or anything serious. It's Pigeon Guy again.
Yeah.
Oh, so the disrespect is real. Luffy is feeling it, so it's like, Pigeon Guy, mm-hmm. I remember you when I was little, but that was I didn't even know hockey back then. I'm going to whip your ass, man.
Yeah, I like this little moment of recognition. Like, hello, is it me you're looking for? But yeah.
Might have to edit that out, actually, because we can't use the song.
It's okay. It's not the actual song. It's my horrible, horrible rendition.
Okay.
But man, that's more or less a chapter. And I don't know if there's a break for holiday or what's going on for this. It's not saying there's a break.
It says to be continued, yeah. So I'm going to be hopeful that we're getting some action next week as well, mm-hmm. which is good because this felt pretty short. Only a couple things happened. Just a couple guys moving around really to here. No Kuma arriving on the island, so maybe he's not coming to Egghead Island, but we can talk about theories on that. But yeah, pretty short, concise chapter in my opinion. What did you think?
I thought this was a pretty dense chapter actually. There's not too many different segments, but there was just so much text and just content to comb through and really delve into.
I just think we learn more about maybe Egghead Island really is the big thing. Like, okay, so they're there for free energy, for unlimited energies with it that they're doing.
Okay.
And Egghead Island is legit. You can't mess with it. It's a fortress.
Yeah. So
that's the big things I got out of this story.
So yeah, that's the first point of contention. The whole ambition that Vegapunk has with this free energy thing. So you can speculate and say the ancient kingdom had free energy, this free energy thing, this unlimited energy, and maybe that was why the world government decided to deal with them and fight them, because they said we can't have a ruling class if we don't have people with the haves and the have-nots. Like, you gotta have, if they're not managing energy resources, then it's unequal. Basically, they need to have this struggle to have the different classes and stuff, which is ultimately what I think it's gonna come down to. Like, they're gonna try to put a stop to this, because if they can't delve out resources, then there's no reason for them to be in charge. So, and there's gonna be the whole like naivety thing on Vegapunk's part, where he's like, "Oh, I think I can fix everything with just solving this," and it's like, well, no, it's deeper human nature for people to wanna, rule over other people and have control and stuff. So I think that's ultimately what it's gonna come down to.
Yeah, and maybe there's a more complicated story going on too with how this energy is utilized or something else. So maybe it's all not as black and white as we're giving it out to be, where it's like this free, magical, unlimited energy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe there's a cost to it, but we will see as the story gets on. But we know Vegapunk's goal, at least, and why he would be interested in the Void Century. And also, these people just seem more crazy by the day it goes on. They have more advanced technology, which potentially has unlimited energy. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
we shall see.
But one thing I wanted to discuss was the Seraphims. So I wasn't under the impression that they had devil fruits. Like, from when we first saw them interact with like Law and Blackbeard's skirmish. It didn't seem like they had devil fruits. It seemed like they had lasers, which, people always assume, okay, Vegapunk was able to replicate Kizaru's fruit and install those in the Pacifista, and I never took that for granted. I thought he was able to, as a scientist, study the properties of light and then replicate, that technology. Yeah. So that's how I interpreted that. But
because he had laser blasts, like in his original designs, right? Because that's where Frankie got his laser beam one. And that was from Egghead's research when he was younger, right? Before he even joined the world government. So before he would have met Kizaru, unless he had access to the light fruit beforehand or something like that.
Maybe.
But like you're saying, it seems more scientific, and he's like more like, okay, I understand how energy works, so I can transform that into a beam, and it just happens to look like Kizaru's thing.
Yeah.
You're right. That was also the thing I got, where it was like he wasn't duplicating devil fruits before. He was just like, building really interesting stuff.
Yeah.
With all the devil fruits we're seeing now replicated, we're like, oh, okay, maybe he's just cracked the code.
Yeah, so now
he said in his own chapter a week ago, the only reason the Momo's dragon was a failure was because it was pink. Mm-hmm. So he was able to fully replicate a legendary zone fruit.
Right, okay, so going to that, with the whole zone thing, I thought replicating zone fruits was a different, case in and of itself, because, they said he's tapped the lineage factor, which means lineage factor is DNA, and animals have DNA, so it's an organic compound. And I can understand, okay, that I can kind of make more of a link to. He can, if he understands what DNA is, then he can maybe use that to replicate zone fruits and then mythical zones by extension.
All of that would make sense except for the awakening thing, which indicates to me that devil fruits have like some sort of soul in them, right? Like they're a unique individual property. That's why it's so interesting that they can animate inanimate objects.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, how can you replicate something without a soul? Yeah. Where is that coming from? But again, these are like, we need more answers on the mystery of the devil fruits themselves, the nature of that. That's just a theory I had.
Yeah.
But it seemed to contradict that. But I don't know, maybe there's more to it, or maybe it's simpler than I'm thinking, and there's no souls involved. But like, I am confused with the whole Nika aspect in Luffy. Like, it seems like there's like a duality thing going there. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Maybe it's certain devil fruits. Maybe it's mythical devil fruits, like have people, and like other ones are just I don't know, based on technology. Who knows? You know, like maybe this is ancient void century technology at the end of the day. Who knows? But we need to know more about the nature of devil fruits themselves.
Yeah. But yeah, so now I have to reevaluate because obviously S Bear has the pawpaw fruit power. Which I mentioned before they soul root out of it. That wasn't the case. That I did. They mentioned in a chapter to use S Bear's technique of his pawpaw fruit to zip them out of there so they won't have to deal with the sea beasts or whatever. So obviously we see that.
So this is 100% confirmed now that Kuma intentionally sent people to specific islands, right? Because he uses this pretty, accurately. Like the bear is using it for short range transportation. So obviously that's like an aspect of the greater part of it, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always been kind of understood that Kuma sent them where he sent them on purpose in Sabaudi or whatever. But
that never made sense to me because it's like, oh, I know what's perfect training for you guys. Like I was able to like 99% figure out how like you guys would be best utilized.
I mean, who knows what he knows behind the scenes? Who knows how intuitive he is? We can go on and on with that. But the point is, they're able to have two existing same powers. So Bear has the pawpaw fruit, and so does Kuma, because we see in this chapter Kuma makes himself teleport away, and I'm assuming he's heading over here. But because then I was like, okay, I thought this was confirming Senior Pink was dead, because S Shark has the swim fruit ability. So I was like, oh, he probably got killed and then had his devil fruit stripped from him and placed in.
Technical difficulties there, guys.
Yeah.
But we're back.
So yeah, we're saying about the swim fruit. I thought Senior Pink was dead, and they stripped the fruit from him. But now we can see that there's two people who can have the same power in S Bear and Kuma. So it's possible Senior Pink is still alive. I mean, not that that's hugely plot relevant or anything, that Senior Pink would still be alive, but
relevant to my heart.
Yeah, exactly.
But he might still be dead, guys. We don't know.
Yeah.
Don't keep hope alive. But yeah, so dual fruits available in the world now. Does this mean that maybe some fruits that we've seen outside are available to be duplicated? Maybe he's able to study them from afar. Who knows what the limits are?
Yeah.
Could we see Gecko Moria's ability pop up in someone or something random like that, or the spring fruit? We've seen 1,000 fruits. So where's the limit? Do you think Vegapunk would have attempted to duplicate the Hito no Mi, Luffy's fruit? Maybe.
I'm sure he would have attempted it, but I have to imagine, since it's like some fucking mythical god, it has to be way more complicated than any of the other fruits.
And would he have known about it? Because this was, again, like one of the big secrets in the world. Did he discover that secret?
Yeah.
Who knows?
So there's that aspect. But yeah, because I was thinking when we saw S Hawk and S Snake, that maybe Mihawk, like carrying over his, like if they retain memories, like he said in the previous chapter, like the baby Jinbei has like Jinbei's like fisherman karate techniques, and he kind of understands that it's like imprinted in him. Then I can understand like baby Mihawk having swordsman skills and stuff like that. But then I was like, what about like S Snake? Like how great would she be? You know what I mean? Like I'm sure she has some probably like higher stamina and vitality because she's from the Amazon tribe or whatever. But like Boa's biggest thing is I guess she has the Conqueror's Hockey thing too, so maybe the baby Boa would have that as well. Or
I would think, like, since she's an Amazon, she's been trained to fight from birth, so she has that. Is her like big trump card would be like the fighting instinct ability, because he might have also thrown in the stone fruit. It doesn't seem that way, right? Because like the Kuja tribe members weren't being frozen in stone.
Yeah, or maybe he optimized her and gave her a different kind of fruit. Maybe because like giving Jinbei the swim fruit is like the perfect thing for him to have, because it's like, okay, giving a fishman a fruit kind of messes them up. It strips them of a lot of their capabilities. But now that he can use the water techniques outside of the water, at any given point, then he's gonna be crazy strong. So that was like the perfect thing. So maybe he thought like baby Boa would benefit from a different fruit instead of the mellow fruit. Who knows? But yeah, that's all speculation. So
yeah. But also, I wonder what Stussie's issue with Kaku is. That's going to be an interesting little reveal. Hopefully they do that.
I think it's just a gag, honestly. I think it's, it's just for the sake of comedy. I don't think she has a particular issue with him.
I don't know. I feel like he always gives them good reasons for doing dumb things. Like, I don't know. I don't be shocked if there's an interesting backstory there.
Maybe. But yeah, Lucci just completely wrecking Atlas was interesting. I think it says something that he used the strongest technique that we had previously seen him have right out the gate. So it indicates, okay, he probably has to have other newer, stronger stuff in his bag if that's like his default, like,
opening salvo attack.
Yeah. But now this is the biggest point of speculation right here. How is Lucci and Luffy going to proceed going forward? I'll go first. I don't think it's gonna go too far. I think Kuma teleporting away from Queen. What is it? Queen Kamabaka Kingdom.
Kamabaka Kingdom.
Yeah. I think him leaving there is heavily implying he's going to deal with these guys over here. I think he's on his way there right now. And he's going to separate them and get Vegapunk and Straw Hat and Co. out of there fairly soon. I don't think we're going to see more than a chapter or 2 chapters of Luffy v Lucci, extended. But
I don't think it's going to take more than 1 chapter, especially after the last level up. I think one little hockey coated shot should do the trick.
Well, so, I don't know if he's going to sun him that quickly, but I
think he's going to sun him that quickly. I think he is.
What I would like to see personally is Luffy just kind of shit on him more or less, like, because you want to see, like, okay, we want to see Luffy take that Pirate King status where, like, when Roger was, we saw the flashback with Roger and he was like, oh, why they're sending these scrubs? Either send me Garpus and Goku. Don't bother me with these lower level guys. So I'd like to see something similar where Luffy's just kind of like, way above him, a cut above him.
That's what I'm saying. Is like he'll like dodge a technique Lucci's gonna do with his future sight, right? Mm-hmm. He'll like teleport behind him and give him like a soft smack on the head with like a Conqueror's coat shot, and just like absolutely wreck his life. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, because
just like what I think that maybe that's why they did the Atlas thing so vicious, because it's like Luffy's gonna turn around and do something just as fucked up to like Lucci in the next chapter, where it's like one smack with Conqueror's coated hockey just blah sends you in the dirt.
Yeah.
Take a nap, Lucci. I hope that's what we see. I hope we see him take a nap next week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we have to see how far Lucci has progressed, but we also have to see how far Luffy has. I mean, this is the perfect moment for that. So, I mean, I don't think there's too much more to say about that, but super hyped about this. Excited going forward to see what goes on. I guess for my chapter grade, from a 1 to a 10, I'm gonna give this chapter like an 8.5. I was pretty content with this chapter, maybe even a 9.
I was gonna give it a 9 too. Just really good stuff, top to bottom. When I feel like it was so short and I need more, I know it's been a great chapter because it means I just flew through it and I'm loving all the information I'm getting. Mm-hmm. So top to bottom. The story is moving so fast now. I feel like we're progressing pretty quickly. We're getting lots of information quickly. More characters from everywhere are being used now with Kuma coming into the board really quickly. I think we're going to move off Egghead Island pretty soon. I don't think we're going to be here in 10 chapters. But I am excited to see Luffy smack Lucci next week. That's what I'm most hopeful for, and I hope that's what I get for Christmas. I now know what I want.
Nice. All right, man. So that was our chapter grade, and now we can move on to the MVP. I'm gonna probably give it to Lucci, honestly. Like, he was running the show with his people. He made the plan to dip out of there and get onto the island. And he went and just immediately wrecked Atlas. So he's getting stuff done. He's moving things forward. I don't really know that there's too much contention for that MVP spot.
Yeah, not this week. I would say Lucci's definitely the clear winner. I would say maybe there's an argument for, I guess, Vegapunk because his Egghead Island did stuff, but honestly that was more of Egghead Island providing gags than anything. Lucci, like you said, had control of the situation, plotting things out. Smacking Atlas in the face was interesting, and then giving Luffy that little evil eye at the end. So Rob Lucci, unquestionably the MVP this week, but hopefully he's the LMVP, the lowest valuable player next week when he gets smacked by Luffy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a little prediction there.
But yeah, man. So we can move on to our predictions and think about what's going to happen next time. Well,
Lucci's going to join the Straw Hats. Obviously not going to happen. Do you think Vegapunk quickly repairs Atlas? Like shows, oh yeah, no, my guy's getting hit isn't really a big deal as long as there's like some life to it, and like you can quickly repair Atlas and get her like up and running again, or maybe even better than she was before.
It's possible. I think if anything, we can get if Atlas gets destroyed, we can kind of get more insight into the way Vegapunk's different bodies, how the different bodies like interact with each other. Does this like cut a piece away of like Vegapunk?
Is this brain damage to Vegapunk? Yeah, because she got smacked in the face. How does that work?
Is she?
You get a concussion by
proxy. Is she backed up in the cloud? Who knows? Like maybe you'll just see like there's a whole like unit like line of like Atlas bots, like, and he'll just send out the next one to upload her consciousness into that body or something. But yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm sure we're gonna see Sentomaru. We're gonna find out what his alliance is. Ultimately,
you think it could be Luffy versus 4 Seraphims? That could be a thing.
Possible.
Because it would be Hawk. It would be Hawk, Shark, Kuma, and Mihawk, right?
Yeah.
Mihawk.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna see who the Seraphim listen to, because S-Bear seems to be listening to CP0 right now. But who knows if Vegapunk's on the scene, if he'll override. I'm assuming he'd be able to implement that and take control of them.
You would think the Seraphims probably are like also under the direct control of the Tenryubido, right? Like that's probably what their program, like, because like that's what Kuma's programming was, right? You think you'd apply that to everything?
It's possible.
Which is why CP0 would have like, because they're the voice of it.
Yeah, but I mean, who knows?
Vegapunk is smart enough to like, oh, I had a safety around it the whole time. Yeah, like, they think I'm number one.
Yeah, he has some backdoor programming or something. So who knows? We'll see Sentomaru and who where his alliance is, and Kuma will show up, and we'll see what his purpose is. I'm sure, like I said, he's gonna dip everybody out of there.
Do you think Bonnie wakes up and has any contributions next week, or she's gonna be a little just? Out of the way for a minute.
I'm gonna speculate that it's gonna be at the very end of the chapter. She comes back to consciousness and sees her father, and then the chapter after that, we'll get backstory between the two of them. They'll be able to interact, and we'll see more into the Sorbet Kingdom history and how Kuma came to be the person he is, etc., etc. But yeah, I more or less think that's how the next chapter is gonna go. I don't really have too much more to add to that.
Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be the same. I don't think we're gonna get a long, drawn-out fight between Lucci or Luffy either way. I think Kuma does arrive to the scene and kind of sends these guys away, and that's what we're gonna get. But maybe he sends them away with the bear, so they're able to, come back to Egghead pretty quickly. But like by the time they get back, everybody will be gone or something. Like Kuma will show up, teleport the crew out.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I gotta say, the pawpaw fruit seems like a way better version of Von Augur's teleportation fruit. Like Von Augur could just teleport, but the pawpaw fruit has teleportation plus additional benefits on top of that. So I mean, who knows? Maybe his teleportation is more instantaneous and faster, rather than the pawpaw fruit has a speed limit or something to it. I don't know.
And maybe, like I said, this is just the beginning of Von Augur's, usage of it. So maybe he can do crazier things like partial teleportations or something, and some really wacky, zany, potentially dark stuff. Yeah. So we'll know. So we'll see how far Oda goes with that. Mm-hmm. But I'm very excited to see Kuma again, see what he's about. And yeah, I don't have any much more predictions than that. I think that's all the board is set, so to say. Everything that we kind of expect is there's not too much you can do. I think in the next chapter, I think we know where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
So that's my thing.
All right then, guys. That was chapter 1068. Loved it. Great chapter. I hope this hype train keeps going. I hope the next chapter is just as good, if not better. Definitely looking forward to more action. And before we go, just want to say please like and subscribe if you are so inclined to do so. We would greatly appreciate it. We're going to try to be more consistent with putting out the reviews and maybe some additional content related to the card game. Who knows where we'll go forward with things, but we're here and
big things are happening.
Yeah.
Big things are happening. So be excited, guys. And as always, be sure to like and subscribe. Give us a follow on Instagram, Journey to Raftail. I'm Rev. I'm your main man.
Yep.
It's my boy Lack Zero.
Yep. And we will see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.